Okay. Alright, is the video playing for you right now?
Yep.
Okay, we should be at 6 seconds.
Yeah, I'm at 9 now.
Alright. Alright, hello everyone. I am the Solid49,
And I am Glitch Kitten.
who I also call Foams because of her artist name.
Yeah, we've known each other for a pretty long time.
Yeah, pretty much for just about as long as I've known Phil, if not just a bit longer.
So we're playing the Japanese version here.
Yep. And that was a loop-de-loop, and I had no idea that I went on top of it. So I completely just bypassed that completely.
Yeah, I saw that. It took you a little while to get to that railing at the top. I think the parachuting in here was actually pretty, it was a little hard to control because since it's on a very tiny screen, you have to kind of edge along, and if you want to get a really good time on this level, it kind of messes with it.
Oh yeah. Here's one thing that I did not do with the parachute that I probably should have done. You can boost right into the parachute, but don't let go of boost, and you'll be invincible while you're on the parachute. Though that'll last depending on how much boost meter you have left.
Yeah, I think I've done that a couple of times successfully, but other times I might have rocketed off and missed the parachute completely. I don't know how I've done that, but it's happened.
Me, I just hit the lasers.
Yeah. I have to say, Blaze in this game is actually really enjoyable to play. Like, her gameplay mechanic is really nice. The flames are a nice touch.
No, I with Carlos, with my friend Carlos and Vic, I compared her to Luigi, whereas she's still pretty much similar to Sonic, though she has some extremely high jumps.
Oh yeah, definitely. Her jumps are pretty ridiculous. It's very easy to overshoot some jumps with Blaze than it is Sonic, where Sonic is more, he feels like he's more rock landed. Whenever he hits a platform, it's a very solid landing, whereas Blaze is more of a glide landing, where she'll slip a little bit.
Yeah, and what I actually didn't mention in the beginning is that we're in the 5th stage for Blaze, which is also for Sonic. It's a 6th stage. It is altitude altitude limit. It also has one of my favorite boss designs in the game too.
Oh, mine's too.
This area, you can either it's a pretty easy area. Here I just stay in the bottom right corner and just relax and just watch the enemies about to hit my face.
I'm like so sad you didn't get any rings on this. I usually just go crazy going for the rings. I don't even care if I hit enemies. I don't know why. I think it's like the thrill of it. But I think a couple of times if I don't really want to confront them, I'll just stay in the corner.
I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta take it easy. Sometimes.
Just gotta chill. Although I think this was a really like creative stage to put in with the DS feature of the bottom screen and stuff. So.
Despite being in the sky, there's actually very few. Are there very few bottomless pits? I mean, I think there are more, but the rails actually keep you above where you could potentially lose a life here.
Very true. Very nice finish.
Yeah, and that part where I was platforming, that was all bottomless pit, or in this case, a giant death laser.
Oh, definitely.
Ooh,
I actually really disliked falling on those things, especially if you had like 2 lives. It just made you more freaked out to not fall. And there was a lot of places where if you were first starting out this level and you weren't aware that there's more rails on the bottom of you, if you hit the right area, it just felt like the entire thing was a bottomless pit. And where you were standing were the only times that there would be platforms. So it was very easy to get scared and not want to land anywhere. You just wanted to stay on the rails as much as you could.
Yep. And speaking of rails, this area you can just boost through all those spikes. So if you go a bit too fast, you will die because there are parts where you have to jump. On my Sonic playthrough, the very first thing was fall into the pit of lasers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot how that part was. So I was just having fun just speeding through the whole thing, and then boom, just fall right into the laser.
Blaze got a nice shot in the face, unfortunately. There's a lot of rings you just lost.
Yeah, I did my best to take the pass that I didn't take as Sonic with Blaze, though. Something always just blocks me. That was fine, but then you just get hit by that tiny little pixel pellet from that.
Yeah.
I forgot what that enemy is called. I know it's a variation of Eggplants.
That's the thing about this game is if you're even a little bit of a pixel off, it's a big difference. Which I don't think they meant for that to be such a big deal, but it's mostly with Blaze, not Sonic.
Oh, that's the same thing goes for the bosses too. Their hitboxes can be a bit weird.
Oh, very. If you don't hit it directly on where the boxes are, you can miss by just a small little pixel and you will not hit it. You
Or
won't hit it, it won't take the damage.
or in the case of the Water Palace boss that looks like the Loch Ness monster, it's called the Egg Turtle.
Yeah.
I hit that thing in the jaw and it counted as it being hit.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I've actually I've gotten hit by it once and it counted as a hit for it, even though I'm the one that got slammed. Well, not slammed per se because that's not how it attacks, but you know, and pretty much I got attacked and it took the damage, not me. I don't know if it was a weird glitch or anything, but it happened to me a couple times doing that boss.
It's head slam or it's body slam.
I think it's head slam actually.
Yeah.
That might be why.
I find its body slam to be pure evil. You
Oh
really,
yeah, definitely.
yeah. I stressed that out in the last part. You can't go too fast, otherwise you'll always get hit. You really gotta take it slow when that thing starts to body slam you.
Which is kind of funny because the game's called Sonic Rush, but the entire time you're really edging along because you can't entirely see where you're going, or you're going way too fast and you know that an enemy will come up that will completely knock your momentum down.
Yeah, so it's like this. It's not something you rush through, but you get the feel of a rush.
Yeah, you feel the rush, but it's not about rushing.
Or unless it's Leaf Forest, that you can just probably get through that in the blink of an eye.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
The thing I like about these flying saucers are really interesting. They were kind of remind me of what they put in Sonic Generations a couple years later after this game, and I feel like they made it harder than Sonic Rush had it a little easier to control.
Yeah, like the flying saucers. Oh wait, I know what you're talking about. You know the ones that you run on. They first appeared in Marble Garden in Sonic 3, right?
Yeah, those. And I feel like they were very hard. Like in the beginning though, like you know in Sonic 3, they weren't exactly that difficult to control. And then in Sonic Rush, they kind of made like not another debut as it did show up in another game that for the life of me I can't remember. But when it did come up in Sonic Rush, it was implemented in a way that the DS can handle it, and it wasn't that fidgety like it was in Sonic 3. But when Sonic Generations came out and tried to implement it into the level, they made it a lot more difficult because it's analog, and instead of directional pad as we're used to, or touch screen, you actually had to use an analog stick, and that made it much more sensitive and harder to use.
Oh yeah, by the way, this just interrupt for a sec. This boss is called I think it's called the Egg Eagle.
Yeah, Egg Eagle is really cool actually. I really love this boss.
Also, I'm not sure if you saw in the very beginning, I got hit by its little gun turret, but I didn't lose any rings, and I died right here.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, my dog jumped on my lap, and I kind of I almost dropped my 3DS.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
oh, so you're playing this on the 3DS?
Yeah, I'm playing it in Okay, you know how you can play a DS in native res, so it actually looks alright instead of all blown up and blurry?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I'm playing and recording it in native res. You can only imagine how tiny that is.
Oh, exactly. I think I've seen a couple people use it, and the frame, when it's raw footage, is very small.
Oh my goodness, yes it is. Though there is a
You're dancing.
That's right, I'm showing off. No, there's a little beta for the 3DS capture from the name of the person that made it is called Luffy. That's who I bought it from.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, there was a beta for the capture that allowed it to automatically crop the DS screen to the actual DS resolution, so I didn't have to crop it again in Vegas, which is what I'm using to edit this Sony Vegas.
That's pretty awesome. Is Sony Vegas a good editing program?
Absolutely. I tried going for Adobe Premiere, though for some reason it seems to be more resource heavy for me than Vegas.
Yeah, I think I might get Sony Vegas, but I like Adobe After Effects for editing. Like, you know, just after stuff, like putting little details and stuff. I feel like that would be a very useful program.
when this thing is blowing you off the edge, even though it shows A and B going really fast, it doesn't have to be that fast. But for a boss in the 7th stage, at the 7th stage for Sonic and Blaze, you're gonna have to do that again for a different boss. But you need to press that thing for your life.
Yeah.
And no, I was trying to hit it fast in 2 different ways. I was hitting it just with like my 2 fingers, and then with my 1 thumb just moving left and right for A and B, which is what I did for this boss.
I always use like 2 fingers to mash those. Like 2 separate fingers to mash it while using the other hand for the analog. Oh, you got hit.
Yeah, for some reason I kept messing up right here. It kept hitting me for some reason. Though this time, boom, gotcha.
I seem to have a lot of trouble accidentally bursting into an enemy. Mostly a boss. This happens to me on boss fights when I was first starting out the game. She would go into the tornado if I wasn't careful, if I accidentally pressed down, and it would slow me down immensely. And I feel like that was a bit of a fault on the mechanics for her, but it got fixed in Sonic Rush Adventure.
Yeah. And I feel like there's one other thing I'm not mentioning. There was something else I was thinking of. What was it? Well,
hooray!
Well, until I actually think of it, I love watching this scene where she just kicks him. It really deserves a Falcon kick here.
Give me back my soul emeralds! I like how she kicks him and gets 1 emerald, but she wanted like the rest. But she only got 1.
Oh yeah, that is a bit weird. She each fight you kick him, you only get 1. You figured he would at least drop a couple.
You think that kick would actually break it, but it just sends it flying.
That's the highest score I've gotten on the boss so far.
Really? Congratulations! It's a good score.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Sonic.
Yeah. S ranking bosses is only about 50,000 points or more.
Oh yeah.
Aha! There you are.
I noticed in the American version they didn't show Sonic appearing on some of those things. They'll just have his head, not his whole body.
What?
In the beta version of Sonic Rush, they had released some stuff. They only had the head, not his whole body, waiting on the platform for you for certain events. They incorporated that later.
Oh god, he was a disembodied head.
Yeah, pretty much. It would be like looking at the life. Like when Sonic gets lives, it's just his head, so that marker would come up. But of course it was in the beginning stages of the game, so they just used it there to mark it as to where Sonic would be. They did that for most of the characters that would have an event, but they actually cut down a ton of events that would happen in Sonic Rush due to time constraints, and they instead incorporated it into Sonic Rush Adventure with a different scenario.
Yeah, I find time constraints to be one of the most evil things, and especially since even for a product that you know that'll sell, I just feel like you still shouldn't just rush it or something.
Yeah. I wasn't too happy with Cream being the sub character for Blaze.
If you had a choice, who would you have picked, or would you rather be by herself?
Well, I think at first her being by herself was a good touch because she's the new character in this one, and it was better to have her by herself for a little bit to get more in touch with her character. But I feel like Cream just doesn't match up. I mean, yes, she's cheerful and Blaze is the more stoic kind of but Blaze kind of opens up during the game, and Cream just kind of doesn't cooperate nicely with her personality. I just feel like, you know, we have Tails for Sonic, but that works. It's always worked. It's a formula that's never really broken. But I feel like Cream being put in this game didn't entirely match. I feel like maybe they should have had one of the other sub-characters, but I'm not entirely sure who she would actually get along with. It's the thing, because Blaze herself, even though she's in this game, she's more of like a palette for Sonic.
Yeah, she's the complete opposite of Sonic in terms of personality.
Yeah. Exactly. So I feel like most of the characters get along with Sonic sorta because they match in certain personality, but Blaze doesn't. She just has an alter personality compared to most of them. Also, I really like this stage. It's one of my favorites, and I love the music. I can listen to it forever.
And if anything brings the Jet Set radio vibe, it's most definitely this music.
Oh, definitely. One of my favorite tracks in the entire game. I can say that with utmost confidence. It is It's one of my favorites.
Those barrels with the poles, they are my curse for this stage. No, you're gonna see.
They just explode.
You're gonna. Oh yeah, that thing I just did. Rush has a glitch where you can spin dash and boost in place, and you can still spin dash while you're still moving and boosting.
Awesome.
Yeah, Rush Adventure.
Oh yeah, I think I've done that before.
Rush Adventure actually removed that. So anyway, those little things with the pillars and the barrels. You're gonna see later. I'm just literally running casually. I usually get stopped by them. That's the one thing that always happens. I get stopped by them, and I just wait for them to move, and then I jump on them. Just later on from now, one of them just I make contact right as it's going down. And I just die just from touching it.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
I think I've actually when I was first starting this game, I got stuck in this level a lot because of those.
Oh yeah, taking advantage of the physics also applies to what just happened there. Even if there's no hill or anything, so, you spin dash through a loop and jump at just the right spot, and you'll still get that same burst of speed I mentioned for quarter pipes and the hills.
Right.
Oh yeah, one thing I didn't actually like that actually completely messed me up in Sonic's playthrough was that I spin dash off of a cliff, and I uncurled and I ran right into an enemy. I completely forgot that, because I also mentioned this to Carlos, that this and Sonic 4 Episode 1 share the exact same physics engine. Well, I'm guessing gameplay engine as well. I mean, they all apply, but because as soon as I spin dash off the cliff, I hit the enemy and I just lost every single little ring I had.
Every single one?
Every single one. They all just fell right through.
Unfortunate.
No, they fell, and I landed on the rail, and I didn't jump down in time. For some reason, I couldn't jump, so I just took it, and I just kept going. I'm just I'll accept this loss. I'll get more later, and then I die.
So yeah. I'm not even mad.
I like this stage, but it really knows how to rub salt. It really does know how to rub salt in the wound.
Oh, it definitely does.
Yeah, I took the bottom path here because I already took the top path for Sonic earlier.
If anything, this level is one of the most frustrating ones, actually, even though it's one of my favorites, because it's definitely a trial and error with not getting caught so much accidentally by going too fast and getting caught by the pillars that come up and down, like those.
That. It'll happen again. Don't you worry.
It happens to me so much that I understand your struggle.
You really understand my pain.
I understand your struggles.
You're so nice.
It's the same thing that kills me in this level so much. I'll go really fast and not realize I'm going too fast, that the level's a blur. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm making good time. I'm only in like a minute. I'm almost there, and then I get killed. And then I'm like, I don't even have the same momentum anymore. I don't even want to play anymore.
It's just that one thing that it can happen in the blink of an eye, like this, like that. I just cut back instead of running all the way back.
Yeah.
I actually felt the tear coming down for a sec. I remember during Phil and Phil's in my playthrough for Ocarina of Time 3D when Zelda showed herself after more than half of the game.
Yeah.
I made myself sound like. You ever watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I made myself sound like Krillin. I started crying and everything.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I think I'll link you that one a bit later. But anyway.
I have to see that.
Yeah, one of the only things I really don't like about some of these stages is even though you can take care of them so quickly, are the enemies that you have to take on these rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, I got.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're getting hit a lot.
Yeah, I just decided to not bother, just take the bottom path. Plus, I took that top path with Sonic, but that spring enemy, I ran right into it, and I landed right back on the rail and still lost all of my rings.
That's really unfortunate.
And it's another thing that makes me cry myself to sleep. Now, during Sonic,
okay.
I thank you for your support. But no, during Sonic's playthrough, right after this part, I went a bit too fast right there, fell, and just died right there in that bottomless pit, right before the end of the act.
Wow.
It was the meanest. It was one of the meanest things that have happened, and I still got an S rank, even though I did. I just feel like.
Don't be mad.
No, no, I'm not. I just sometimes you mess up so many times, you feel like you're gonna get a score that reflects how you did, and then it just shoves an S rank in your face.
This one's actually one of the easiest battles because it just is the first one.
The name of this boss. Let me see. Give me 10 seconds to think. Let's
just call him Metal Snake. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh yeah, this one has an odd name. The very first boss for Sonic, or the second boss for... Yeah, I died from that one-hit kill. Which is the second boss for Blaze. That one was called the Egg Hammer Mega. This one, the variation, is called the Egg Hammer Fortress.
I could have sworn that Eggman said it's no use, and for some reason I thought it was Silver, and I got really confused and had to stare at the footage for a little bit longer.
No, you heard Silver. Every time I die as Blaze, I throw in Silver saying it's no use.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did that starting with Sonic Rush. I thought it was slightly humorous, so I just rolled with it.
That's awesome. It totally caught me off guard. I was like, wait, I'm really confused. I'm like, is that where they got it from? Totally.
No, I probably should have kept that a mystery. It would have kept you confused a bit longer.
No, I'm kind of glad I'm not going crazy though. I would have been asking you like all the time, like, is Silver in this game? Because I know I've played it a lot and I never saw him. So if there's something you know that I don't.
No, I actually remember first getting this game when I was a what was that? I was a freshman in high school when I got this game, I think. Yeah, most definitely. I also, alongside it, bought Shadow the Hedgehog for the GameCube.
I think I was a sophomore when I actually got another copy of this game, because I had one copy and it got messed up, so I had to get another copy and beat it again.
Oh, speaking of copies breaking, I played Sonic Heroes when it first came out so much that I broke the disc.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they were nice enough to give me a replacement. The disc, I think the disc might have just been faulty because there were no scratches or anything on it, but I just popped the game in one day and then it just gives me a disc read error.
I think a friend of mine's did that with Brawl. They played it so much that now it doesn't work and there's no scratches whatsoever. It's completely clean, completely fine.
No, for me it's complete. For me, for Brawl, it's different because because the Wii U's laser is not the best, and mine stopped reading dual layer disc. So I didn't really learn that until like 6 months later on how the Wii U's laser worked. It was depressing not knowing what was going on with my Wii. My Wii was fine. It could read every other game I played fine, though I didn't realize the type of game Brawl was until a bit later.
Oh wow.
Really learned. Yeah. I got hit with that hard when Metroid Other M came out. As bad as that game is, I still wanted to play it. And then I
couldn't even bother.
Yeah, it angered me so much that I couldn't play any dual layer disc game that I actually got fed up and just homebrewed my Wii U. My Wii.
Oh yeah.
So I actually installed Metroid Other M to my my external hard drive, and just ran it off of that when I played the Wii.
I actually have to start doing that because some of my games, they'll randomly just not work, and then they'll work some days. But
yeah, I got a little black and red hard drive for any game I install on the Wii. So it's a nice thing to have, especially when you want to preserve. If you really want to preserve your disc, it's actually a nice thing to have.
Again, she only gets one emerald, even though she kicked him really hard and asked for more than one.
I'm just gonna spoil this one because For the final stage, you don't even fight him. Yeah, he goes like he just got defeated or something for Sonic. But for Blaze, fights her boss, sees him, kicks him. I got your emerald now.
I think Amy would have been an interesting sub-character to follow Blaze around. Just for a little while, but not for the beginning. Just for a little while and then go off on her own as she usually does.
Anyway, Wow, can't believe the video's over.
Yep.
Right, yeah, I've also been throwing in random pictures for the end. For my friend Vic, I just threw in a wallpaper for Rush. For my friend Carlos, I threw in a picture of my dog with a little bow tie attached to his head that my mom did.
Awesome.
But anyway, Foams, Lex,
Ye-
I have like three names for you.
Yay.
Thank you very much for helping me out with this. I really appreciate it. Even though my other good buddy didn't join me on this one, I still hope that he joins me for a future video. He's someone that I really want to join me on a video much later.
Well, it was a lot of fun. I'm really happy that you actually asked me to do this.
Yeah. Plus, I've actually been meaning to call you before anyway. So,
Hooray!
but anyway, everyone, I'm the Silent 49,
And I am Glitch Kitten.
and we shall see you in probably another video. But for now, the next video will be either Phil or Phil and Rick. We shall talk to you later. Peace out.
Bye.